All right, so in honor of Thanksgiving, we know there's been some unbelievable sports memories in multiple sports on Thanksgiving. We wanted to give our top 2 each Thanksgiving sports moments. Go spanning through history. You want to go back to 1912? That's totally fine. Hell, you want to go back to 1712? That's totally fine.
Great year.
Cone, that was a great year. There's a lot of good football that year. Cone, you start us off. What are your top 2 Thanksgiving Day sports memories or sports performances?
All right, so when I think of Thanksgiving football, I think of one man and I think of 3 numbers. Randy Moss, rookie season, 3 catches, 3 touchdowns, 163 yards on 3 catches. Let's roll this clip here.
Oh, a little flea.
Ooh, a little 120 throwback.
Oh, let it go. Look at Randy. Look at the separation right there. He's so fast, such a long strider that can fly. Randall Cunningham's like, I'm going to close my eyes and throw it as far as possible.
Hey, another one.
Yeah. It's like when that older kid who's in 5th grade.
And how about this one? How about this one?
Get off me.
Look at this. Gone.
Yeah.
Watch this move right here. Watch this move.
1, 2, 3.
Going inside. Nope. Got him. Gone.
You want to know how fast somebody is? Count how many steps it takes him to go 10 yards. Randy Moss just went 10 yards in 3.5 steps.
3 catches, 3 touchdowns, 163 yards. Remember, this Vikings team went 15-1 that year in his rookie season. Ended up losing in the NFC Championship to the Atlanta Falcons. I got to see them play that year, actually.
Really?
One of my birthday gifts. My
This
parents
was a little
took me to the
personal
Georgia
for you.
Dome. That was the Jamal Anderson.
Oh, the Dirty Bird.
Yeah, the Dirty Bird.
I can still do the Dirty Bird.
Can
you?
To this day.
That was awesome.
Side effects maybe.
That was awesome. But I think Thanksgiving, I think Randy Moss doing that.
You love to see it. You love to see it. What's your second one?
My second one, Earl Campbell. Earl Campbell on Thanksgiving Day in a battle for Texas. We had the Houston Oilers and the Dallas Cowboys in 1979. Earl Campbell had 33 rushes, 195 yards, and a pair of touchdowns.
You said, wait a minute, 13 rushes?
33.
Oh, 33.
33 rushes,
Okay. Still
195 yards,
impressive.
and a pair of touchdowns. Check this one out here.
The slide.
Hey, man, he runs so similar to Bo. I know they're both 34. I know Bo's faster. But watching them operate, it's so similar to me. And those Oilers jerseys still went hard back then.
Powder blues. You can't go
powder
wrong with.
blues.
Bring back the Oilers.
Please, bring them back. Literally bring them back. 195 yards. That's a pretty good day. Look at that cowboy hat.
I need one of those.
I love the 70s.
I need one of
Look at Earl Campbell. Ooh, a little power. Working to the outside. Look at his legs, dude. They're like tree trunks. 2 rushes, 65 yards, and a touchdown. That's a good start, fellas.
Oilers ended up winning. Oilers ended up winning 30-24.
Earl Campbell, man, I wish I was alive back when he was running the ball. A lot of people compare Derrick Henry, Earl Campbell, and losing my mind, Eddie George.
All 3 Heisman Trophy winners. All 3 with the same franchise.
I'm going to keep it in the 70s. I'm going to get in the time machine. All right, we're going to go back to 1974, and I'm going to tell you about a guy you've never heard about. The legend of Clint Longley. You say, Jake, who is Clint Longley? We know Roger Staubach's one of the most famous quarterbacks of all time, NFL legend. So they're playing on Thanksgiving Day in 1974. Roger Staubach goes down with them losing to Washington 16-3. Backup quarterback, so rookie coming in, not expecting a lot. Hey, let's just turn around and hand it off. Nay. Clint comes in there, goes for 203 passing yards, a couple touchdowns, leads the Cowboys all the way back to the dub. Now, you never heard anything from Clint Longley again, so this to me makes it even more impressive. Wow. You saved your best performance for Turkey Day, my friend, so congratulations to you. And you know what, guys? I'm going to continue to stay here in the 70s. We're going to go back to 1971 for one of the game of the centuries. We hear this all the time. Oklahoma and Nebraska. Now, this was basically right before the Nebraska Renaissance. It was back and forth. Nebraska went up 28-17. Oklahoma came back, went up 31-28. But Nebraska was able to fight back, get the dub. And this is really what started the popularity of Nebraska. But these are 2, obviously, just absolute traditional programs now that we're looking back on it, but just a game that goes back and forth. We always love the games where somebody's up, somebody comes back, then somebody comes back again. It was almost a who gets the ball all-ass situation. Now, they weren't spreading it out, going empty, and throwing it around, so it makes it even more impressive. I mean, look at the players in this game. You got guys like Johnny Rodgers. I mean, heck, you go down the list. There's legends through and through it. So this was one of the many great games between Oklahoma and Nebraska. Man, I hope Nebraska gets back. That was the
game of the century, right?
Yeah, game of the century. And then we've had, Alabama LSU was game of the century. You've had other game of the centuries, but this was almost the inaugural, I believe, game of the century. 1971, Thanksgiving.
You're just living in the 70s, right?
I love, oh man, what was,
Days of Chains.
Days of Chains and bell bottoms.
I love it. Hey, let's speed up a little bit. Let's go to 2004 with the Omaha King. Peyton Manning throwing for 6 touchdown passes against the Detroit Lions. Just absolute butter.
I remember this.
Absolute butter. The only other guy, he actually passed Dan Marino in this game for 49 touchdown passes on the year. And the only other quarterback to do this on Thanksgiving Day was Bob Greasy. And Peyton did it in 3 quarters. Didn't even step on the field in the 4th. Didn't need him. So this is what Peyton, healthy Peyton is absolute dimes. Is that, oh yeah, that's Marvin Harrison right there. I'm sure Dallas Clark is running around somewhere.
His son's pretty good too at Ohio.
Yeah, he's going to be
pretty good.
But the crazy thing about this is look at all these touchdown passes. I have yet to see Peyton Manning throw a touchdown pass over 30 yards. You want to know what that means? He's destroying people in the intermediate and short game. Yep. Dave Tollefson, one of my good friends, was the backup defensive end for the Giants when they won the Super Bowl twice. I always asked him, who are the 2 hardest quarterbacks to face? And he said, well, it's an obvious answer, but it's not an obvious reason. He's like, it's Tom Brady and Peyton Manning. And I'm like, why? He's like, it's not because of anything crazy other than these guys were willing to throw the check down all the way down the field because the 2 greediest people of all time outside of politicians are quarterbacks and offensive coordinators. I just think it's fascinating to watch Peyton operate. He's really, it's an old school mentality and a new school offense. It's pretty
absolute
cool.
Pre-snap wizard. All right, let's go down to 2014.
I know
guys.
what this is.
The play we can never forget. It somewhat stinks, but it's Mark Sanchez showing us his wheels. All right, against the New England Patriots, you're down 14-0. Run the clip and see what happens so we can all laugh. Show him, Mark. Show him. Oh, no, Mark.
Oh, no.
Anything but that.
Oh, why you got to do Mark Sanchez?
The elusive butt fumble. Mark this is the definition of closing your eyes before you run. Runs right into the back of his right guard. Fumbles it off his butt. The play that'll never be forgotten.
You got a better chance of capturing YouTube than capturing a butt fumble. Now, that I will say this. If he doesn't fumble this play is not even remotely as important as what we've made it. It wouldn't be the butt fumble. If he just ran into the back of the guy, it would be funny, we'd laugh, but it would not be being presented to you on Thanksgiving Day as a memorable sports moment or performance if he did not fumble that. Mark Sanchez.
That's what Mark Sanchez is remembered for. He was such a good
way
player.
The road. It's the way
player.
He's rich.
Nice guy.
I don't care.
You mess around.
I would love for them. I would do a butt fumble every play for that amount of money.
Yeah.
I'd do a butt fumble. I'd do a front fumble, which we haven't seen one of those since
the front fumble.
Yeah, we have since the 70s.
Talk about the 70s, man.
What about a butt fumble flea flicker?
Yeah, that was one that we had drawn that one up, and then we were.
I mean, we never really saw it on the field.
Yeah, we were going to run that, and then we decided that we wanted to try
and win. Like the Flying Lotus. We can't really show it in public.
That's exactly right.
How about some honorable mentions here? Hold on, we got, how about Sterling Sharp with the Packers against the Cowboys in 1994? He had, let's see here, 9 catches, 122 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Well, you know the funny thing is, I wonder how many people, in the comments below, how many of you, when watching football on Thanksgiving, after you eat Thanksgiving, fall asleep with the game on? It has to be 75%. At least 75%. I'm watching the game harder than anybody, and that turkey just starts to chop at you.
Once that's,
through the day.
Once that second plate goes down, next thing you know, that couch is looking real nice. For some reasons, the Vikings are playing.
Why do I feel warm?
Yeah, why are there pine cones around inside, stuff like that? Next thing you know, I'll wake up 4 hours later, and it's the greatest sleep I've ever gotten in my life.
That's true. There's nothing like a good Thanksgiving nap, and there's nothing like Thanksgiving sports, regardless of the sport. So make sure your favorite, tell us below in the comments. Let us know which one was most important to you. And if you went to a game during Thanksgiving, tell us. I know the Lions, Packers, there's all types of great matchups and rivalries that we see on Thanksgiving. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we hope you have an unbelievable Thanksgiving with your family and friends. And save me some pecan pie.